Hi. This is about after the war, the documentary, and speaking about talking to the dead. I've done this when I say I've helped a lot of Vietnam veterans up and down the East Coast. Part of that was talking to their brothers who had passed during the war, and they would talk to me and then tell me when they saved them, like in a motorcycle accident. I said, well, they're saying, just say, Timmy is, I don't know who he is, but Timmy is a guy who talks to me and brings others through. I don't know who Timmy is, but maybe he's a family member that I never met because he had died before I was born. So Timmy usually brings through people, but usually with Vietnam veterans, they'll kind of push their way to talk to me, to talk to the brother that I'm talking to. And in that documentary, you see the relief, or what the man is saying, the euphoria after the EMDR of speaking. I forget how it's worded, speaking to the dead. And I believe that the trauma of what we've gone through, I mean, okay, I've died many times, and I'll give you for instance, we're close to death anyway. Our body's in shock. When you're in shock, your organs can shut down, everything can shut down. Usually those miracle reasons why we do survive is because of, I hate saying dead because they're not dead, and I don't like fallen war soldiers because they didn't fall. Jesus didn't fall. Did he fall from the, did he, on the third day, did he fall? No, he rose. So we rise, you know. It's a negative connotation to me, okay? I'm Native American. I have different ways of thinking. I know it's a term, and I hate X. An ex-Navy SEAL, an ex-Ranger, airborne Ranger. It's, first of all, when you're it for life. But if you're going to say it in a past tense, say former. Ex sounds like you got booted out. I was a fully employed former Black Beret, like Sergeant. Even though there's no such thing. Tyranny didn't say that. The little black spade, ace of spade card. Calling card. Okay, so, my brother was getting sick, and I brought him back to church. After you finish learning, and you don't have children, and a lot of us stray from going to church. I didn't like it because of the hypocrisy of it. At the time, the church I was going to, in the end, as a child, was Catholic, and I'm Protestant. It's just because my mother married a Catholic pedophile. Go figure, priest. Although I do like this Pope. And just as a side note, Obama cut a lot of benefits for the soldiers, and now he's appalled that the VA has a backlog. Give me a fucking break. The day I go and I'm not going for any resuscitation, my health is failing, I don't care. Time to go. I know my father, I know my father's there. And this is the point that I was going to tell you about the time. I was bringing my brother to church. So I was bringing my brother to church. I'm putting my hand on his back and saying, Jesus, please, God, if you can make a miracle. Not because I wanted my brother to stay. He wanted to live. Be it your will, I would always end it. Be it your will. Well, it got to a point, be it his will, I saw Huntington's was getting worse. The disease won. God won. He was having his son come home sooner than I wanted. For his sake, not mine. I cried because he didn't pass in the end. Not because so I was laying on the couch. It was a cold winter afternoon. New York seems to always be gray and dark in the winter time, but it was early afternoon, and I just laid down at a bay window here, and where behind me was a window. And I could just feel the darkness because the sky was so dark with clouds, and I said, God, I'm cold to the marrow. I'm cold, and I was freezing. And all of a sudden, just a little tiny crack from the clouds opened up, and the sun beat down on me, and the warmth that filled me was astounding. It's cold in the house. I'm naturally cold anyway. Even the blankets weren't warming me. I was internally cold. This sun broke, and a warmth, and it heated me up so quickly. And it was only that one crack, because I would look up at it and then shut my eyes, because just feeling that warmth. And then my face in smiles went backwards in my timeline to see that I was smiling until infancy, and then I was pulled up into the tunnel. Once I got through the tunnel, and going through the tunnel, like the documentary says, they had a euphoria. That's the feeling you get when they do talk to their risen family members or close loved ones. You have to be close to heaven. So feeling close to heaven is going to happen as well. So easy to breathe and just exhilarating. I mean, there's no human words for heaven. And once I landed, all these people were in front of me, and I was outside of the gates. And I get, Donna, they're all saying, where's my father? Where's my father? I want my father. I want my father. And just all these people are saying, Donna, look. And they all wanted me to look at them, and probably all the other people I buried. I just wanted to see my father's face. And then I realized, okay, I'm going to part this. I mean, because there were so many people in front of me. I did not look at one person's face. I was looking for my father's face. I did not look into one face, not one pair of eyes. I wanted my father. So finally, I got upset with them being in front of me, that I was going to move forward and barricade through them. I mean, barrage through them, and I couldn't move. There was a hand on my shoulder, and I just I want my father. And then I felt laughter, and that really pissed me off. And then I heard the laughter, and I could not move my head to turn around to see who it was. But that laughter was my dad. And then he just said, no, no, no. And he pushed me back down into the tunnel. And I went into my body, and then I went to the ER. So, Mom, because I stayed at my mother's house while my brother was, before he went to the hospital. And so that euphoria they're talking about is feeling heaven. I just suggest anybody wanting to do that, to do that. I know my father is happy, and I know my brother is happy. I see them all the time. I have unusual circumstances. I miss them. I'm tired. And I miss them very much. And it's not because I miss them. It's just, when my brother finally did pass away, it was like somebody fired me. Now what's my job? I cried not because he was gone. I cried because it should have been me. He loved life, and I hated it. And I'll always hate this planet because of what evil is. And he had a love for life. But it's not my will. It's God's will. Why he gave free will? Free willy, but I don't believe in free will. We will have discussions about that. So when you see this documentary, and I don't know when that was, and I wasn't even finished with the second part of it, that euphoria, to know, even that one gentleman, there was a Vietnam veteran who had to shoot a young boy, and the young boy had a weapon. So in his EMDR, where he went back there, and he says the boy talked to him without moving his mouth, and that you don't talk. When they come to talk to me, they don't use mouths. You don't, it's telekinetic. It's, you hear it. I mean, without the body, we're still a spirit. So what, spirits don't talk? Yeah, they do, but that we need this because we're earthbound. We're caged. The spirit is caged. It's a ball and chains, literally, for our spirit, because once we break free of that, it's a whole other animal, a whole other dimension. So I'm going into 13 minutes and 40 seconds. I'm not going, if there's something seriously wrong with me, I'm not going to get any more treatment. Operations reminds me of what happened to me as a child, and seeing too many blunt scalpels, you name it, tear into stuff, and preemies dying on purpose, and just all that went with it. I buried them all in prayer and good faith, and I know God has them, and I know they thank me for being there. And like I say, anyway, by you, I don't care how scared you were. Faith in you made your brothers and sisters cross over because you were there. So don't think of the burnt image. because for them it was a beautiful experience. Talk to you later. Ciao.